So from 2009 to 2022, Spokane's population went from 466,000 people all the way up to 550,000 people. In that same time, the number of people experiencing homelessness went from 1,200 up to 1,700 people. The point-in-time count in 2021 was a bit of an outlier, likely because of COVID measures. But when you scale down Spokane's population growth and compare the two lines, you can see how quickly the Spokane's homeless population is growing compared to the general population. And when you take out the outlier of 2021's point-in-time homeless count, this graph here shows that the homeless population is growing much faster than the general population. It's actually grown 43% in those 13 years, whereas the general population has only grown 18%. A new wave of research could change the way we approach the housing crisis.
Generally, it's a pretty understudied topic.
Data scientist Colin Middleton dedicated his master's thesis at Eastern Washington University to figuring out how to prevent homelessness.
The idea is to identify people who might become homeless or might experience homelessness in the future and reach out and assist them before they experience homelessness.
He did it using information on how people pay their Avista bills.
The number of missed payments, the number of bills overdue, the number of locations that a person was recorded paying bills at.
He compared that historical information to the people who actually ended up experiencing homelessness.
So using that information, we created a statistical model that would identify people, basically assign them a risk of experiencing homelessness in the next 12 months.
And they predicted that with 65% accuracy, purposefully keeping the window for error large so an assistance program can then look further into who actually needs help. Ultimately with the goal of preventing people from becoming homeless. Programs based on this research can actually save taxpayer dollars.
They are cheaper than allowing people to experience homelessness and then require higher cost services such as shelters or ER visits.
Spokane is far from the only city struggling with these housing issues.
Homelessness is a massive humanitarian crisis in Los Angeles.
That's Janie Roundtree, executive director of California Policy Lab, an organization actually implementing similar research to Colin's.
Starting about a year and a half ago, the county actually started piloting reaching out to these people and offering them services.
Roundtree says LA is the first city to put this research into action, and so far the results have been promising.
Many of the clients who are enrolled in the program have retained their housing, 90%. And we would have predicted 30 to 40% would have become homeless in that period.
Spokane, though, is not to that implementing phase yet. Right now, the research is from historical data and proves this could work. The California Policy Lab says next, Spokane would have to create a real-time system for predicting homelessness based on current Avista information.
You save people the trauma from that they often experience with losing their homes and living on the streets.
A trauma hundreds of people in Spokane experience every year. And one thing to note, all this research is done in a way where everyone's personal information stays anonymous. If Spokane were to implement a program like this, only the care providers who end up reaching out would actually be able to see names and information. In studio, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Now, Nicole, before we let you go, did Los Angeles have any tips for Spokane if they were interested in starting a similar program?
So talking to the director of California Policy Lab, she actually told me that one of the biggest things she can suggest for a city interested in doing something like this is really just being open with communication between the city and the program implementing the research, and then the programs that would be implementing to help to the people that need it, because this is something that not just one organization can do. It has to be kind of a hand-holding between different organizations to really make it flow. And then the other big thing was don't get rid of the current services we have. This is something that we can do in conjunction to kind of help hit homelessness at all different angles.
Nicole, very interesting stuff and great investigative work. Thank you.